The day Earth changed forever started like any other. People went about their lives, unaware of the danger coming from above. In New York, Tokyo, and London, folks rushed to work. Kids laughed in schoolyards. No one knew that high above, alien ships were getting ready to attack. At 2:15 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, the first signs of trouble appeared. All over the world, TVs, radios, and phones stopped working. People looked up from silent devices, confused. Then the sky lit up. Huge ships, bigger than anything humans had ever built, appeared over major cities. They were dark and scary, blocking out the sun. For a moment, everything was quiet. People stared, not believing their eyes. Then, without warning, the ships attacked. Bright beams of light shot down, destroying buildings and roads. People ran, screaming. Cars crashed as drivers tried to escape. It was chaos. In Washington, D.C., the president was rushed to a safe bunker. Military leaders from around the world tried to fight back. They sent jets and missiles to attack the alien ships. But Earth's weapons seemed weak against the invaders. The alien ships had strong shields. Most of Earth's attacks didn't even scratch them. As the first day went on, things looked bad for Earth. The aliens destroyed military bases, airports, and seaports. They seemed to know exactly where to hit. Millions of people died. Others hid in subways, basements, and shelters. The world had never seen anything like this before. But humans are tough. They don't give up easily. In the chaos, brave people started to fight back. In New York, a cop named John helped people escape the falling buildings. In Moscow, a young woman named Svetlana used her computer skills to send messages, helping people find safe places. All over the world, regular folks became heroes. Scientists worked fast to understand the alien technology. They studied the few alien ships that crashed. In a lab in India, Dr. Patel found a way to interfere with the aliens' communication. This discovery spread quickly to other countries. Military leaders came up with new plans. They realized that while the alien ships were strong, the aliens themselves might not be. Special forces teams were sent to capture alien soldiers. These brave men and women risked everything to bring back alien bodies and tech for the scientists to study. As the first day turned into night, humanity started to push back. Using Dr. Patel's discovery, they disrupted the aliens' coordination. This made their attacks less effective. In several cities, people managed to bring down alien ships using this new knowledge. The President of the United States made a global broadcast using emergency channels. "People of Earth," she said, "we face the greatest threat in human history, but we will not fall. Together, we will fight. Together, we will win." Her words reached millions, giving them hope and courage. Leaders from all countries, even those who were enemies before, started working together. They shared information, resources, and plans. The United Nations building was destroyed, but the spirit of unity it represented grew stronger than ever. By the end of the first day, Earth had suffered terribly. Great cities lay in ruins. Millions were dead or missing, but the human spirit was not broken. In fact, it burned brighter than ever. People opened their homes to strangers. Enemies became friends. Everyone worked together to survive. As the sun rose on the second day, the world looked different. Smoke rose from destroyed cities. Alien ships still hung in the sky, but there was a new feeling in the air. Determination, rage, hope. Humanity had taken the aliens' best shot and was still standing. In military bases and secret labs, leaders and scientists made plans. They would not only defend Earth but strike back. The aliens had awakened a sleeping giant. They thought Earth would be an easy target. They were wrong. The human race was united as never before, ready to fight for their home, their families, and their future. The brutal retaliation that would shock the galaxy was about to begin. As the world struggled to recover from the devastating alien attack, a new chapter in Earth's history began. In underground bunkers and secret facilities, the brightest minds on the planet worked tirelessly to uncover the truth behind the invasion. Dr. Emma Chen, a brilliant cryptologist from Singapore, made the first breakthrough. While analyzing alien communication signals, she discovered a hidden pattern. It wasn't just random space noise. It was a complex language. Emma and her team worked day and night to crack the code. Meanwhile, in the ruins of Cape Canaveral, astronaut-turned-soldier Jack Harper found something strange. Among the wreckage of an alien ship, he discovered a device that looked like a star map. He quickly sent it to the nearest research facility. These two discoveries would change everything. As Emma's team decoded more alien messages, a shocking truth emerged. The aliens weren't acting alone. They were following orders from a higher power, something called the Galactic Council. This council, it seemed, ruled over many alien races across the galaxy. Jack's star map proved crucial. Scientists used it to locate the Council's homeworld and other important alien planets. For the first time, humanity had a clear picture of their enemy and the vastness of space politics. But the biggest shock was yet to come. In a decoded message, Emma found the real reason for the attack on Earth. The Galactic Council saw humans as a threat, not because of Earth's current technology, but because of humanity's potential. Species Terra 3 exhibits dangerous growth patterns, the message read. Their adaptability and aggression levels exceed safety parameters. Extinction recommended. This news spread like wildfire among Earth's leaders. Humans weren't the primitive species the aliens thought they were destroying. They were a force the Galactic Council feared. As this information became clear, the mood on Earth changed. Fear turned to anger. Confusion became determination. Humanity had been attacked not for what they had done, but for what they might become. This idea lit a fire in the hearts of people worldwide. In response, governments around the world united like never before. The Global Defense Force, GDF, was formed, combining the best soldiers, scientists, and resources from every nation. Their mission was clear: defend Earth and take the fight to the stars. Dr. Chen's work continued, revealing more about the Galactic Council. It wasn't just one alien race, but a collection of advanced civilizations. Some had been part of this council for millions of years. They saw themselves as the guardians of the galaxy, deciding which races could join their ranks and which were too dangerous to let live. This knowledge was both terrifying and exciting. Humanity was not alone in the universe, but they were facing an enemy older and more advanced than they had ever imagined. Yet, there was hope. Jack Harper and a team of engineers studied the alien technology from the crashed ships. They made surprising discoveries. While advanced, much of the alien tech worked on principles Earth scientists had already theorized about. Humanity wasn't as far behind as the Council thought. In labs across the planet, scientists began to adapt alien technology. They improved Earth's defenses, created better weapons, and even started work on ships that could travel between stars. The learning curve was steep, but humans proved to be fast learners. As Earth prepared for the next phase of the war, a debate raged among leaders. Should humanity try to contact the Galactic Council and plead for peace, or was it too late for diplomacy? In the end, the decision was made. Earth would fight back. The brutal attack had left too many scars. Too many had died. Humanity would show the Galactic Council exactly why they were right to fear Earth's potential. In secret facilities, new weapons were built. Soldiers trained with advanced tech. Spies were sent to gather more information about the enemy. Earth was no longer just defending. They were preparing to take the war to the stars. The Galactic Council had made a grave mistake. They had intended to extinguish a potential threat. Instead, they had created the very enemy they feared. Humanity was united, angry, and ready to fight for their right to exist. The stage was set for a conflict that would shake the foundations of the galaxy. As Earth prepared for its counterattack, the search for a game-changing weapon became the top priority. In a hidden lab deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, a team of scientists worked tirelessly on Project Nova. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, a brilliant physicist from Japan, led the team. She had a wild theory about manipulating quantum fields to disrupt alien technology. Most thought it was impossible, but desperation made Earth's leaders willing to try anything. For months, Yuki and her team faced failure after failure. The work was dangerous. Strange explosions and bizarre quantum effects plagued the lab. Some scientists quit, fearing for their lives, but Yuki pushed on, driven by memories of Tokyo's destruction. Then, on a cold winter night, everything changed. During a routine test, something unexpected happened. The quantum device they were testing suddenly pulsed with energy. Alarms blared as the pulse spread through the lab, shutting down every piece of electronic equipment. When the dust settled, Yuki realized they had done it. They had created a weapon that could disable advanced technology with a single pulse. The implications were enormous. News of the breakthrough spread quickly. The Global Defense Force immediately began plans to adapt the technology for military use. Engineers worked around the clock to miniaturize the device and increase its range. Meanwhile, in orbit around Earth, construction of humanity's first space fleet continued. The ships were a mix of human ingenuity and reverse-engineered alien tech. They weren't as advanced as the Galactic Council's ships, but they had a secret weapon: Yuki's quantum disruptor. As the fleet neared completion, a daring plan was formed. Earth would launch a surprise attack on the alien forces still in the solar system. It was risky, but if successful, it would buy Earth time to prepare for the bigger fight ahead. The day of the attack arrived. Tension was high as the fleet prepared to launch. In command centers around the world, leaders and generals watched and waited. Everything depended on this moment. Captain Sarah Chen, a decorated pilot chosen to lead the assault, addressed her fellow soldiers. "Today, we take back our solar system," she said. "Today, we show the galaxy that humanity will not go quietly into the night." With a roar of engines, Earth's fleet took to the skies. At first, the alien ships didn't react. They had grown complacent, believing Earth's defenses to be primitive. By the time they realized the threat, it was too late. The battle was fierce but short. Earth's ships, equipped with the quantum disruptors, easily disabled the alien vessels. Alien weapons and shields flickered and died as the pulses washed over them. For the first time, humanity had the upper hand. Within hours, the solar system was clear of enemy forces. Cheers erupted in command centers and cities around the world. It was humanity's first real victory against the invaders. But there was no time to celebrate. The Galactic Council would soon learn of their defeat. Earth needed to prepare for their response. In the days that followed, production of the quantum disruptors went into overdrive. Every ship, tank, and soldier was equipped with the new technology. Earth's leaders knew they had a small window of opportunity before the Council adapted. Dr. Tanaka and her team worked on improving the device, making it more powerful and harder to counter. They knew the aliens would be working just as hard to find a defense against it. Around the world, humanity prepared for war. People trained, built shelters, and stockpiled resources. The memory of the first invasion was still fresh, but now there was hope. Earth had a chance to fight back. As Earth's fleet expanded and more weapons were built, a debate raged among world leaders. Should they wait for the Council's response, or take the fight to them? Some argued for caution, while others pushed for an immediate assault on alien worlds. In the end, a compromise was reached. Earth would fortify its defenses, but also send out scouting missions. They needed more information about the Council's strength and weaknesses before launching a full-scale war. As scout ships slipped out of the solar system, humanity held its breath. The next phase of the war was about to begin. Earth had survived the invasion, unlocked new technology, and won its first battle. But the real test was yet to come. The galaxy was about to learn just how fierce humanity could be when fighting for survival. The brutal retaliation that would shock the Galactic Council was set in motion, powered by human determination and a weapon born from the depths of quantum physics. The moment Earth had been waiting for finally arrived. After months of preparation, Operation Thunderbolt was set to begin. This was humanity's chance to strike back at the alien federation that had nearly destroyed their world. Admiral Jack Harper stood on the bridge of the ESS Avenger, Earth's most advanced battleship. Around him, a fleet of 500 ships prepared to jump into hyperspace. Each was equipped with Dr. Tanaka's quantum disruptors, the secret weapon that gave humanity a fighting chance. "All ships report ready, Admiral," his second-in-command announced. Jack took a deep breath. "Then let's make history. Initiate jump sequence." In a flash of brilliant light, Earth's fleet vanished from the solar system. Their destination: Proxima Centauri, home to a major alien military base. When they emerged from hyperspace, chaos erupted. The aliens, caught completely off guard, scrambled to respond. But Earth's ships were already firing their quantum disruptors. Alien vessels suddenly lost power, drifting helplessly in space. Their advanced shields and weapons were useless against this new technology. Earth's fighters swarmed the disabled ships, quickly overwhelming them. On the planet's surface, more surprises awaited the aliens. Earth dropships deployed special forces teams equipped with personal quantum disruptors. Alien defense systems fell silent as the soldiers advanced. Within hours, the entire system was under human control. It was a stunning victory, but Jack knew it was only the beginning. News of the attack spread quickly through the galaxy. The Galactic Council, which had dismissed humans as primitive, was thrown into panic. Emergency meetings were called as they tried to understand how their superior forces had been so easily defeated. Back on Earth, celebrations erupted in every city. For the first time since the invasion, people dared to hope. Volunteers flooded military recruitment centers, eager to join the fight. But Earth's leaders knew they couldn't rest. The element of surprise was gone. They had to press their advantage before the Council could adapt. Over the next weeks, Earth's fleet struck system after system. Each attack followed the same pattern: sudden arrival, deployment of quantum disruptors, and swift victory. Planets that had once looked down on Earth now trembled at the approach of human ships. Not all battles were easy. In the Sirius system, the aliens managed to take down several Earth ships before succumbing to the disruptors. The lost crews were mourned as heroes, their sacrifice fueling humanity's resolve. As Earth pushed deeper into alien territory, they made surprising discoveries. Not all alien races supported the Council's attack on Earth. Some had argued against it, seeing potential in humanity. These races now secretly aided Earth's forces, providing valuable intelligence. One such ally was Zarn, a reptilian creature from a world called Draxus. He risked everything to bring Earth vital information about the Council's homeworld. "Your weapon is effective," Zarn told Admiral Harper, "but the Council is already working on a counter. You must strike their capital soon, before it's too late." With this knowledge, Earth's leaders made a bold decision. They would launch an all-out assault on the Galactic Council's seat of power. It was risky, but if successful, it could end the war. As preparations for the final battle began, Dr. Tanaka worked feverishly to upgrade the quantum disruptors. She knew the Council would be prepared this time. The fate of Earth might depend on her ability to stay one step ahead. Across the galaxy, news of Earth's victory spread. Races that had lived in fear of the Council for millennia watched in awe as the young human species dismantled the old order. Some cheered Earth on, while others worried about what would replace the Council's rule. Admiral Harper knew the weight of history rested on his shoulders. As he looked out at the assembled fleet, largest Earth had ever built, he felt a mix of pride and anxiety. They had come so far, but the hardest fight was still ahead. "This is it," he told his crew. "Everything we fought for comes down to this moment. Win or lose, the galaxy will never forget the day humanity fought back." As the fleet prepared to jump, a tense silence fell over every ship. The brutal retaliation that had shocked the galaxy was about to reach its climax. Earth was ready to claim its place among the stars, no matter the cost. The Galactic Council's grand chamber buzzed with tension. Representatives from 100 alien races argued loudly, their strange voices echoing off the ancient walls. At the center of the chaos stood High Counselor Zix, his 4 eyes blinking rapidly as he tried to restore order. Silence. Zix's voice boomed, finally quieting the room. We faced the greatest crisis in our history. These humans, these Earth-dwellers, have pushed us to the brink of destruction. We must decide our next move, and quickly. The chamber erupted again, this time with suggestions and accusations. We should sue for peace, cried Mira, a peaceful delegate from the water world of Equos. Our attack on them was unjust. We must admit our mistake. Peace, scoffed General Kraz, his scaly skin bristling. These savages understand only force. We must gather every ship, every soldier, and crush them once and for all. As the debate raged, a young aide rushed into the chamber, her antenna quivering with excitement. She whispered urgently to Zix, whose eyes widened in shock. Impossible, he muttered before raising his voice. Counselors, I have grave news. Our long-range sensors have detected a massive human fleet approaching. They will reach our home world in less than a day. The chamber fell silent, then exploded into panic. Many races had thought their capital world unreachable, protected by layers of defenses and secrecy. Now, the humans were at their doorstep. How did they find us? Demanded Kraz. There must be a traitor among us. As accusations flew, Zix struggled to maintain control. He knew that unity was their only hope against the human threat. Enough, he shouted. We have no time for blame. We must prepare for battle. General Kraz, ready our defenses. Mira, send out a call to all our allies. We need every ship we can muster. As the counselors rushed to carry out orders, Zix retreated to his private chamber. There, he activated a secret communication device. Old friend, he said softly, it seems your prediction was correct. The humans have surprised us all. The hologram of an ancient, wrinkled alien appeared. This was Zorn, the former High Counselor who had stepped down centuries ago. I warned you, Zix, Zorn said, his voice filled with sadness. I told you attacking Earth was a mistake. Their potential was always greater than their current technology suggested. Zix sighed heavily. What do I do now, Zorn? How do we stop them? Zorn was silent for a moment. Perhaps stopping them is not the answer. Perhaps it's time for a change in the galaxy. The Council has grown stagnant, set in its ways. These humans, for all their violence, bring a new energy we haven't seen in millennia. Before Zix could respond, alarms blared throughout the capital. The human fleet had arrived earlier than expected. In orbit above the Council's world, Admiral Harper surveyed the alien defenses. They were formidable, but he had a plan. All ships, initiate Operation Checkmate, he ordered. Suddenly, hundreds of small, fast ships broke away from the main fleet. Each carried a powerful quantum disruptor. They darted between the larger alien vessels, activating their weapons. On the planet below, Zix watched in horror as his mighty defense fleet went dark, ship after ship losing power. It's over, he whispered. But to everyone's surprise, Admiral Harper's next move wasn't to attack the defenseless planet. Instead, a transmission was broadcast to every screen and communication device. People of the Galactic Council, Harper's face appeared, speaking in the common galactic language. We do not wish to destroy you. We only want recognition of our right to exist, to grow, to join the galactic community as equals. We ask for immediate negotiations. In the council chamber, debates erupted once again. Some wanted to fight to the last. Others saw wisdom in Harper's words. As the arguments raged, Zix made a decision that would change the course of galactic history. Patch me through to the human admiral, he ordered. The fate of 2 civilizations, and perhaps the entire galaxy, now hung in the balance. The brutal retaliation had brought them to this point, but what came next would determine the future for all. The tension in the air was thick enough to cut with a knife as Admiral Harper stepped onto the neutral space station. This was the agreed location for the face-to-face meeting with High Counselor Zix. Both sides had come armed with their best diplomats and military advisors, ready for what might be the most important negotiation in galactic history. As the airlock hissed open, Harper came face to face with Zix for the first time. The alien's 4 eyes blinked rapidly, taking in the human's appearance. "Admiral Harper," Zix said, his translator converting his clicks and whistles into English. "Welcome. I trust your journey was uneventful." Harper nodded curtly. "Let's skip the pleasantries, Counselor. We both know why we're here." The two leaders and their teams made their way to the conference room. The circular table was a symbol of equality, but the atmosphere was anything but equal. Earth's fleet still held the upper hand, their quantum disruptors keeping the Council's remaining forces at bay. As discussions began, it quickly became clear that this wasn't just a negotiation between two powers. The entire structure of galactic politics was at stake. "You must understand," Zix argued, "the Council has maintained peace for millions of years. Your aggressive expansion threatens that balance." Harper leaned forward, his eyes flashing. "Peace? You call attacking Earth unprovoked peace? We're not here to destroy your Council, but we won't be treated as second-class citizens of the galaxy." Hours passed as both sides presented their cases. Earth demanded recognition as a full member of the galactic community, with all the rights and privileges that entailed. The Council, meanwhile, sought guarantees that humanity wouldn't use its newfound power to dominate other races. As the talks seemed to reach a stalemate, an unexpected voice spoke up. It was Dr. Emma Chen, the cryptologist who had first decoded the Council's messages. "If I may," she said, standing up, "we've been looking at this all wrong. Instead of seeing humanity as a threat to galactic peace, why not see us as an opportunity for growth?" All eyes turned to her as she continued. "The Council has admitted it's become stagnant. Our aggressive expansion, as you call it, is driven by curiosity, by a desire to learn and improve. Why not harness that energy for the benefit of all?" Her words seemed to strike a chord with some of the alien representatives. Murmurs of agreement could be heard around the table. Zix was quiet for a long moment, his alien features unreadable. Then, to everyone's surprise, he let out a sound that the translators interpreted as laughter. "In all my years," he said, "I've never met a species quite like yours. You terrify us, yet intrigue us at the same time." The mood in the room shifted. What had started as a tense negotiation began to feel more like a cultural exchange. Humans and aliens alike started sharing stories, comparing their histories and hopes for the future. As the hours ticked by, a new plan began to take shape. Earth would indeed join the Galactic Council, but not just as another member. They would take on a special role, using their unique perspective to help revitalize the ancient institution. In return, humanity would gain access to the vast knowledge and technology of the Council, accelerating their development by centuries. But they would also be bound by the Council's laws, ensuring their power was used responsibly. As the final details were hammered out, Admiral Harper and High Counselor Zix stood face to face once again. "This is not the outcome I expected when your fleet arrived," Zix admitted. "But perhaps it is the outcome we needed." Harper nodded, a small smile on his face. "Sometimes the best victories come not through fighting, but through understanding." As news of the agreement spread across the galaxy, reactions were mixed. Some celebrated the dawn of a new era, while others worried about the changes to come. But one thing was certain: the galaxy would never be the same. Back on Earth, people took to the streets in celebration. The war was over. Humanity had not only survived, but had carved out a place for itself among the stars. As the sun set on this historic day, Admiral Harper looked up at the night sky. The stars no longer seemed distant and unreachable. They were the beacons of humanity's new frontier, full of challenges and opportunities. The brutal retaliation that had shocked the Galactic Council had led to an outcome no one could have predicted. Peace had been achieved not through dominance, but through mutual respect and the promise of a shared future. 5 years had passed since the historic agreement between Earth and the Galactic Council. The galaxy had changed in ways no one could have imagined. Earth, once a backwater planet unknown to most alien races, now stood at the center of a new galactic order. In the rebuilt United Nations building in New York, now expanded to host representatives from 100 different worlds, Ambassador Sarah Chen addressed the assembly. She had come a long way from being a fighter pilot during the war. Fellow beings of the galaxy, she began, her words automatically translated into dozens of alien languages. Today we celebrate 5 years of peace and unprecedented growth. The Human Council Cooperative Alliance has brought prosperity to worlds that once knew only conflict. Indeed, the changes were remarkable. Earth's cities now bustled with alien visitors, their strange forms mixing with humans on the streets. Gleaming spaceports stood where there were once parking lots, shuttles constantly coming and going. But it wasn't just Earth that had been transformed. Across the galaxy, human ingenuity and alien wisdom had combined to solve age-old problems. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, the inventor of the quantum disruptor, had adapted her technology to provide clean energy to drought-stricken worlds. On the desert planet Zorax, human terraforming techniques were turning vast wastelands into lush farmland. Zoraxian children, who had never seen a green plant before, now played in fields of wheat. Even old enemies had found common ground. General Kraz, once the most vocal anti-human voice on the council, now led a joint human-alien task force. They patrolled the galaxy's borders, keeping the peace he had once thought impossible. But not everything was perfect. Some human groups resented the influx of alien influence, fearing the loss of Earth's unique culture. On distant worlds, ancient races watched the rapid rise of humanity with growing unease. As Ambassador Chen concluded her speech, a commotion broke out in the back of the chamber. A group of protesters, both human and alien, unfurled banners. No to galactic imperialism. They shouted before security quickly escorted them out. Chen sighed as she left the podium. These protests were becoming more common. The rapid changes had left some feeling left behind or threatened. Later that day, she met with Admiral Harper, now the head of Earth's new Starfleet Academy. They stood on a balcony overlooking the Hudson River, watching as a massive alien cruise ship glided silently overhead. "Sometimes I wonder if we've moved too fast," Chen said, voicing her concerns. Harper nodded thoughtfully. "Change is never easy, Sarah, but look at what we've accomplished. 5 years ago, we were fighting for our very existence. Now we're helping shape the future of the galaxy." Their conversation was interrupted by an urgent call. A holographic image of High Counselor Zix appeared before them, his expression grave. "My friends," he said, his voice tinged with worry. "We have a situation. A previously unknown race has appeared at the edge of charted space. They're demanding to speak with the humans." Chen and Harper exchanged shocked looks. Another new race. And they wanted to talk specifically to humans. "What do they want?" Harper asked. Zix's image flickered. "They say they've been watching us. They say humanity's rise has proven that their ancient prophecy is true. They're calling you the Awakeners." As the implications of this news sank in, Chen and Harper realized that humanity's galactic adventure was far from over. New challenges, new mysteries, and perhaps new dangers lay ahead. "Well," Harper said with a wry smile, "I guess the galaxy isn't done surprising us yet." Chen nodded, a mix of excitement and apprehension in her eyes. "Shall we go meet our new neighbors?" As they prepared to face this latest development, both reflected on how far humanity had come. From a species on the brink of extinction to one at the center of galactic events, humans had proved their resilience and adaptability time and again. The brutal retaliation that had shocked the Galactic Council had set in motion events beyond anyone's imagination. As humanity stepped forward to face its next great challenge, one thing was certain: the galaxy would never be the same again. The adventure, it seemed, was only just beginning.